My 7-day vegan challenge was a full success. I'm very happy that I had that spontaneous idea that, by the way, came up. It was a coincidence that I even thought about that idea. I heard the word carbon footprint, and connected to that, I heard so I watched the video where they mentioned the carbon challenge. So I went online and looked for the carbon challenge, and I couldn't find anything on YouTube. And then I went online, and I could find the carbon challenge, what it was, and the few things you can do to help to make the carbon footprint smaller. And one of these things was go vegan. So I started reading more about veganism and why they are so great for the environment, and why we can help if we all turn to eat plant-based food, why that is so good or why it has that strong impact on global warming. And then I found that Infinite Waters person's channel, and he mentioned a few times, basically in every video, 7-day vegan challenge. So this is when I had that idea to do a 7-day vegan challenge, and so there it is, like 3.5 weeks later or so. 100% sure that I'm doing the right thing. I have not been that sure about something in such a short time, except when I stopped smoking cigarettes. And I think it did the same thing in my brain. I just saw enough information about something that I do every day, a few times a day, eating and smoking, and see what it does to me, or what I do to myself. And that was enough for me to say I stop. I don't want to kill myself. That was related to the cigarettes. And then when I saw the animal related videos, I thought I don't want to kill them either. So I just stop eating meat now, and I stop eating dairy, and this is it. And that was my decision, and this is how easy it was made. What I have to say, I knew nothing. So I think on day 2 or so, I say that I can't imagine that I take cheese out of my diet. And then a few days later I found out that there is vegan cheese, which, by the way, it's cheese. You know, it's cheese. Just be happy that you have cheese. That's what I do. I'm so happy that that product exists. Of course, it would be possible and doable, and probably even healthier if you don't eat that vegan cheese. But I mean, I like it, and the only person I heard, or the only thing I heard if I eat that cheese, maybe is me, because it might be not the healthiest product on the vegan food list. But I'm not hurting anyone else. Definitely not a mama cow, and definitely not a baby cow. And that's my decision. If I want to eat unhealthy vegan food, that's still 800 million trillion times better than eating a very healthy full grain, whole grain cookie and a glass of milk. That's my opinion, though. What I also didn't know was the things with the eggs. So basically, you can say every time, and I said that I didn't say it very often, but I thought it every time when I heard the word vegan. I thought, isn't that a bit extreme? So for me, it was just extreme, you know, isn't it just enough to stop eating meat, so we all stop killing the animals, and that is it. And then I found out about the dairy industry and thought, well, okay, no, it's not extreme at all. It's the minimum we can do not to consume meat and dairy. And then there was the egg question. And I even understood the honey. You know, I understood that stealing is not a nice thing to do. And this is why we don't do it, by the way. We also don't want to kill or cut off any wings, whatever. So honey off my list. And then there was that egg question that I think I found that out even after the 7 days. But I'm convinced there too. Eggs are off my list. I said in the video that we have chickens and why I can't eat these eggs if I feed the chicken, if I use my food, if I know what's in the food, if I even grow the corn or whatever for the chickens. Why can I not eat them? And the answer to that was pretty easy if you think about it too. What I didn't know, and that I just read a few days ago, it was almost hard to get that information online. A chicken would lay 6 to 8 eggs a year if we never take them away. So I don't have kids and I don't want to have kids for many reasons, but one of the big reasons is, I mean, squeezing it out, I don't think it is so much fun. Rarely you hear positive stories like it felt good or whatever. So because my decision not to have kids, or our decision as a married couple not to have kids, is not based on my fear of pain, but I mean it's pretty on the very top of the list. Why I prefer not to have any is just squeezing out something of a size they just don't match. It can't be that nice. And the chicken does it every single day. Every single day. Every 22 hours or whatever their cyclus is. And they do it because we take the egg away. And when I heard that, because I didn't know it, and I got that information on Bite Size Vegan is the name of the channel of that very lovely woman. I really like it a lot. It's amazing, easy to understand, friendly information, on the point. Top video, I really like it, and I subscribed. So after I got that information about the eggs, they were off my list too. And so all together, now when I think about it, everything I thought that vegans were extreme, they are really not extreme. They just do what's normal. So vegans are not extreme. I think they are just nice, you know. We don't want to hurt anyone. I wouldn't want to hurt my pets. Like here is one of them. Hey pet. That's Randy. I wouldn't want to hurt him, and I wouldn't want to hurt her. Here's Mia. That camera shy. So the egg question was out of the way, and then there was, what other questions were there? The bees work, that was clear, and everything. So I had a lot of questions and I got a lot of answers, and I was happy with these answers. So I asked, why can't I eat eggs? And I looked around for a few hours and I found out because the chicken just does not enjoy that, probably. And all of the nutrients we take away, and that all comes back to stealing again. And I just like understood that it's not right, that the only right thing to do is not to eat it. Don't eat it, don't buy it, don't, just eat plant-based. It's so good. That was the other thing I was wrong about. I thought 7 days vegan, like probably definitely lose weight, because what can you eat? Like vegetables in different shapes or cooked, different spices, and at the end you eat vegetables every single day. And fact is that it's not that at all. we eat really, really good food. I cook every day. I mean, I have to say it's a bit more time consuming, but doesn't have to be if you're not very picky. If I don't want to cook, then we just eat cold. I buy very, very good dark brown bread and with lots of seeds and all of that stuff. When I have a lot of time, I even make it myself. And we are happy with our avocado and sprinkle flax seeds on top. Watched a lot of videos, found out flax seeds so top, eat them. So we just put them on our avocado bread now. Ugh. Sorry, dog just coughed. We eat very different food now, that's true. I mean, different. I never put avocado as a spread on my bread before, that's what I'm saying. I never ate bean spread before. I couldn't really understand why people would do that. Now, when I look at, so when I go to the supermarket and I look at products, first of all, best thing ever, really, the best thing of this whole new what to buy in the supermarket, you skip 80%, you just walk past. So it is true that maybe almond milk costs $2.99 instead of cow milk for 99 cents. That might be true, but all of the products that you can't buy anymore, that is pretty amazing. I found out that Rittersport marzipan is vegan. That made me very happy. We just experiment with foods at the moment a lot. I buy the products, I read the ingredient list. I need three times more the time in the supermarket now, because I read every single pack, what's in it, and look for so that it's really 100% vegan, and do that on every single product, even on shampoo and stuff. It's different, but I'm sure you get used to that soon too. And as soon as you know the products that you can buy, you just pick them and go. The same way before, where you didn't care what you bought ingredient wise, you just picked them and went the same way. So I understand that a vegan supermarket makes a lot of sense. We just don't have any here, but I'm sure in cities you find that probably. And that is very good. I mean, you go in the shop and you know everything in the shop you can buy. So I definitely want to visit one soon. What I would also like to visit is a vegan restaurant and just have a look at their menu. I have never been to one, but I never went, so I'm not really a restaurant goer anyway, or visitor anyway. What we did a lot was ordering food, and that mostly pizza. I know, of course, I can still do that if I just skip the cheese. If I order my pizza without cheese and then just vegetables on top, that is true, but it is not the same. So I made my own pizza with the vegan cheese, the shredded cheese, and I added a bit of coconut milk, so the top, in the coconut milk, the cream that sits on the top, and put that on top of the cheese, so it got a bit more oily, and then it really melted, because the shredded cheese or any vegan cheese is probably not oily enough to melt. So that was one thing that doesn't work quite the same as normal cheese, the melting, but you just have to be a bit creative and it works just as good. Desserts, no problem. We both like soya pudding. It's very good. I mean, soya milk in coffee is one thing, but soya milk with vanilla or whatever, or you add your own vanilla, make pudding, is really, really good. My chocolate question is answered with the marzipan dark chocolate, so I'm very happy about that. Also, now before Christmas, where I would buy lots of chocolate. Christmas stuff, we both like chocolate. It's good, you know. I mean, it's chocolate. And we also have good chocolate here in Austria and Switzerland, and true, but every time when I think, well, that Milka noisette would be so great, I think about the baby cow and the baby mama, and then I'm depressed for 3 hours and cry sometimes. But it's okay, you know. I mean, it would be a lie if you say it's easy and you don't have to miss anything. You can substitute everything that you liked before. All of that up to that point would be true. That's what I would say. But it doesn't taste the same. I mean, that seitan, even if it's... I made it yesterday the very first time myself. I bought it before in the shop in a already so sealed, and that was okay too. And then I read that you can make that yourself much cheaper, and I tried that. It was a lot of fun. I'm amazed by what the product can do. I just oversalted it. It was almost not edible. I mean, it was not edible. When so I made chicken bits, sticks, dips, popcorn chip, chicken strips. And I read before on a few pages about if you make it yourself seitan, and every page said if you don't know how much seasoning to use, it's better if you use a bit more than if you don't use enough. Otherwise it just doesn't have a taste, and it probably tastes like carpet or so. So I overdid it. It was too salty. When I found out, so I tried a bit of that already fried chicken bit, and I thought, oh god, so the soup where I boiled it in was too strong, and I already used too many spices in the dough. It was just a learning a learning mistake. That, yeah, it was the first time I ever made it. So that didn't work out, but I was not depressed about that. Don't get depressed. So that one didn't really work yesterday, but I tried it again now, and I'm sure it will be much better because I know today what I didn't know yesterday, and yesterday was really just the first try. But I have to say, it is amazing. It was like fish and chips, except that we had rice and not chips. But holy, and the smell, and I put the flaxseed in the flour and did all of that. It was amazing. It was like, that is not vegan food. This is not what I thought vegan food is. When I heard the word vegan, I thought of the raw vegan diet, which is a thing. And I mean, all of these people, I'm amazed that somebody can just live off something raw. That is great. But I'm not one of them. I love my vegan cheese. So anyway, I'm extremely happy that I made that challenge. I couldn't have gotten any better results, not physically, or even though I feel very good. Mentally, I have to say it's almost better than therapy, because every single day you think like, didn't kill someone, didn't take someone's mommy away, didn't cut someone's beak off, didn't cut someone's tail off. It's a very good feeling, and the food that we're eating is really, really tasty. It's shit healthy. I mean, everything you eat feels good because for me it feels good because I know that I didn't harm anyone, and the product still tastes good, and then it's healthy. So you cannot do anything wrong if you turn to a plant-based diet. that's my point of view, and I'm very happy that I did the challenge, and I just recommend it really for everyone. And I understand what they mean now with glow. I think what they mean with glow was that you're just happier. You know, you are happier when you see a baby sheep now. When I see a baby sheep, I can say, oh, it's really cute and I want to pet it and all of that. I could do that eating meat just as well, but next time I eat meat, I mean, I would think about it. And this is, I personally couldn't buy or consume any product now knowing it's a meat product. So if somebody offers me a cookie saying that the cookie is vegan, I would eat it. If they then tell me that it had an egg in it, I would be pretty upset. But of course the cookie would still taste good. So what I mean is, so my point of that short cookie story basically was just, I couldn't enjoy the product anymore knowing there are animal products in the, let's say, cookie. I wouldn't want to eat it. I don't want to eat anything that hurts anyone else. I'm happy that I did it, and I recommend it to everyone. It will just do good things for you if you eat the right foods. That's my point of view about eating plant-based diet, and you do something very good.